Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. We are updating today on the deck of panning project pan for the month of November. I don't have very much progress. I have progress, but I don't have anything to roll out this month, so it's just going to be a really quick update. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. As you guys know, if you've watched my previous videos, I use my own board here. I don't use the one that Emily creates. I just feel like this is a lot faster for me, and it just gives me something where I can actually physically touch it, and you know, it's just like that little extra like something to work towards or whatever, where I can actually take something off the board and put it away. And I wanted to also do a little bit of a tribute to Books by Maddie. I think it's called Books by Maddie. I'll have everything linked down below eventually. Usually at the beginning it takes me a couple days to get everything transferred over, information and stuff transferred over, because my life is crazy busy all the time. But I will definitely get all that information up as soon as possible, and it will all be linked down below, including the list of everyone who is joining. So please take a look at everybody's projects. This is such a fun project, and Emily did such a great job on this, so go ahead and check her out and check everyone else who's doing this project. And I really hope this comes back next year, because it's probably one of my favorite projects. So let's just go ahead and do this. So the first update that I have is on the item that matches your shirt, which is the 4 of Hearts. So item that matches your shirt. At the time I was wearing a black shirt, and I decided to go with black packaging. This is just a sample of the MAC Studio Fix powder in NC20. I love this powder so very much. You actually get quite a bit. I hit pan on it, so that was a really big plus for me. It was really nice to physically see the pan. I was surprised to even hit it. I can tell that I'm using this side of the packaging more so than up here, unfortunately. But I'm gonna have to just work around that. I think it's just the way that I hold the product while I'm like pressing the brush in there. But I did actually hit pan, and it's a pretty good substantial size pan, and I think now that pan is hit, I can probably go through this in the next month and a half-ish. I know we only have another month. It ends on December 20th, so I really have to bust through this. And of course, as you can see today, I only wear half a face of makeup usually, because today I'm going out shopping and I'm going to be wearing a mask over top of my face, so I didn't want to do a full face of makeup. Sorry, my eye's tearing. I didn't want to do a full face of makeup and then just put my mask over top of it, and we're leaving like very shortly. So I forgot to do my update yesterday. Sorry, you guys. Usually I do it the night before and then post it on today, but for some reason like my brain was not with me. So anyhow, this is the progress on that one. It started off at 7 grams and it's now at 5 grams. It hasn't changed from last update, unfortunately, but I'm going to completion on that, so I hope I can get that out. The next one is Something a Friend is Panning, which was my 7 of Diamonds. And I chose the Shade and Light palette because April from Ruby Rouge on YouTube is panning this exact eyeshadow color out of this palette, and she chose Liberatus, and it's the whiter kind of shade right here, very light eggshell, like creamy shade. And so she selected this one. So what I've been doing, because I feel like that's really bright and white, is I've been using this one and just combining them together to do like setting my brow bone shade, or setting my brow bone makeup. I use a concealer to carve my brows, and then I set that on top, and it's been working really well. And I'm sure you can't really see, but I do have a little tiny dip in there. I'm not really even sure how I can show you that, but it's like the smallest dip. This stuff is so hard pressed. And I actually do have a bigger dip going in this, and I think it's because this is like, it's like washing right out, sorry. It's a little more yellow, and I feel like doing the yellow tone and the lighter, like whiter shade, I'm using 2 different colors, but I also think that I'm using a little more of the yellow shade because I think it matches my skin a little bit better. So I'm trying desperately to use this, and I'm making a little extra effort to go over top of it just by itself now, just to get that extra use. But I truly love this palette. I wish they still sold this because I really love this palette and I would buy it again. But at the same time, I don't think I'll ever need to because it is so hard pressed in the pan that I don't think I'm ever going to hit pan. Like, it's going to take forever if I even try to focus ever. Alright, so we've covered the first two. The next one is my Joker, and this one was Lise Wachee bronzer in Havana. And it's a bulky package, and I wanted to get some use out of this, and I thought this is a massive size product, and you can tell I almost barely used any of it. I don't even have any kind of dip except for like a little one over here. So it's something that I need to really use, and it's got that smell to it where you know it's like going bad, and I don't want to part with it, but part of me knows, I think realistically, I shouldn't hang on to it too much longer. I have way too much old bronzers that I barely use, but this one is so hard for me to part with. So I thought throwing this in as the Joker product would be really good, except I'm using a bronzer in my Pan That Face palette for the year, and I'm really focusing on it. It's my NARS palette, so I have Laguna in that. But I like this and Laguna pretty similarly, but the shine on this one is just so fantastic, and I want to get a backup, like a replacement of this, so that I can part ways with this. But I love the marbling on this one, where the new ones are just a straight up one color bronzer, and I don't know if they're going to be the same, and I don't want to buy it and swatch them side by side. I don't really go out to the stores, so you know, there's that. It's just me like way overthinking things. I'm pretty sure they'll be the same, and honestly I'm not going to keep this for much longer because it smells now, but I will just use it as much as I can. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be still a relatively full product, and this was very expensive. It was probably $50 when I bought it, and that was like 8 years ago. Yeah, that's so bad. But anyhow, I love this. I have tried to use it a little bit. I have a little bit on today on my forehead-ish area, just to blend in the contour and the bronzer a little bit. I have quite a bit of bronzer because I'm using some other products I will show you coming up. But this is just one of those items that I'm really having a difficult time knowing I won't hit pan, and really not wanting to get rid of it, but knowing like it's time to cut the cord. So yeah, I definitely need to make some kind of decision on that one soon, probably by the end of the year. And then I have Four of Spades representing another project, which I chose Partners in Cream, and I chose the Fenty Matchstick in Cinnamon. And this was full, like when it was down you could still see a bump, so you can see that I've used quite a bit of product. And this is all that I have left, so not too much left. I think I'll be able to get through this hopefully in the next month. I really want to get this out of my collection. I did like it. I'll show you guys a swatch here. I did like it, but I'm finding that it's just very, like there, you can see it's very like almost bronzy, coppery, like very shimmery. And in my, like I have it on today just a little bit. I just did a one like swipe like that. And you can tell that it's a very bronzy on this part of my face as compared to like where I have nothing, obviously. And it's okay if I did the rest of my face like that, but I just feel like it looks like cake face a bit, and I'm not loving that. So I thought I would repurchase this based on my first couple uses of it, but after using it as much as I have, I'm not enjoying it that much anymore. So I think it's not something that I would ever repurchase again. But it was nice to try a Fenty item out that I never thought I would ever purchase. But yeah, I won't repurchase it. So that one was at 17 grams the very beginning, and I'm down to 16. I have been at 16 last update and this update. So I don't understand like why my products aren't going down even though I'm using them like crazy, but I guess packaging too. So, and that's the same thing with the next item, which is my MAC Reflex Red. It's a little pigment, and it came as a sample like this. I didn't pay anything for it, I don't think, or you know what, maybe no, I got this I think as a sample, and I wanted it because it's red, and you can see I've used quite a bit. This was, the whole bottom was really full of product. Now there's not that much. I'll see if I can like show you guys. So this is like everything pushed down to the side. That's actually not too bad for me, where before I couldn't even do that because it would have just fell right out. So there's not much left, probably maybe 6 to 8 uses left if I do it as a full eyeshadow look. So I tried so hard to get this out by this update. I literally wore it every single day this week with my MAC project pan that I'm working on with the Gen files here on YouTube. I used that eyeshadow palette because it has a lot of reds and raspberries and maroons in it, and then I used this on top. And I thought I was going to get through it all, and then all of a sudden it was the 19th yesterday and I thought it was the 17th, and I'm like, okay, not going to finish it. So yeah, I really lost track of days. So that one was at 8 grams and it's still at 8 grams, and I have a feeling it's again the packaging situation. And then I have the next one, which is my, Project Graveyard was a Ace of Clubs. So aces are always Project Graveyard. So sorry, I didn't say which one that was. The next one is a King of Hearts, which is the oldest in your collection. So I chose concealer, and that was my MAC NW20. And I need NC, not NW. I don't know why I bought NW. But I have so much of this left, and I have put 10 uses, and I've used it 6 times, including today. That's what's so, like, you can tell, it's all underneath here. I don't want to say that it's like so thick, but honestly it's like a very thick concealer, but it doesn't feel thick when you're wearing it. It barely feels like you're wearing anything, honestly, especially the little amount that you need. You could even mix this with like a tiny hint of moisturizer to thin it out a little bit because it's just so thick. And this is like what I used to wear. Now I like the lightest, sheerest concealers because I don't like to wear super heavy full coverage makeup anymore. I'm like skin tint and like sheer, like light to medium coverage concealer, and this is just so full coverage. So I think what I'm going to try and do is use up as much as I can of this by the end of the year, and I may be decluttering this as well. We will see. And then what else do I have here? Random color generator, Queen of Hearts. So that was the shade purple, and for purple I picked sort of packaging. I wanted to use this one, and I thought I could get through this by this update. I thought I was gonna have 2 empties, you guys, but I actually was using this primer from another project, which is my 21 and 2021, because I want this out of my collection. I would rather keep this one in and get rid of this one because I'm not a fan of this one. It's got a silicone-y type base, and it's like not, it doesn't feel good on my skin. This one feels like almost like a moisturizer, yet it still feels like a primer, and I live for those. Like, I just love those primers because I feel like it's kind of tacky, but it feels also hydrating. I don't know what it is, but the other ones feel like they sit on my skin. So for me, these ones are really, really nice. And I know sometimes it just feels like you're just buying another moisturizer, but I feel like it's very different from the standard moisturizer because this is not, it's not a moisturizer, it's a primer. It's going to help your makeup adhere, where if you're just using a moisturizer, it's just going to soak into your skin and not help your makeup stay. So I truly love this. I cannot wait to buy this. I have so many primers right now, but I'm really excited about this product. I hope you can tell I'm like jumbling my words, but I'm really, really excited about this product, honestly, to the point where if I use through a couple more primers, maybe by the next sale at Sephora, I will probably buy this. It's so good. It's so good. I like it a lot. And then the last one I have is the Cover FX in Soft Peach. So this one was for the 2 of Clubs, which was A to Z shade, and I chose S for Soft Peach. And then this is what it looks like in here, and I have 10 uses to use this up, and I've used 5. Today I've used it as well. You can tell it's like on my cheeks there. I really do like it. I really enjoy this, but it is a very, very dry formula, and I'm sure you can see the use kind of on this side. I'm not sure how well you can tell the usage, but I definitely am using things a lot more than I thought I was going to, especially using them as usage goals. I always use things as like use it all the way up. Like, I want a highlighter out, I use it all year and I use nothing else. And then everything in my collection just sits there. So from November on or October on, I've been doing things as usage goals, and I'm really enjoying that, and I think it's going to give a lot of love to my whole collection. So that's everything, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't. I'm so thankful for all my subscribers. I really appreciate having you guys here. Don't forget to check out the list of everyone joining in this update or this project. And honestly, I'm so sorry I don't have an update, but next update, hopefully, or the finale, you'll see what I've got to use and if I got anything out. Thank you guys again so much, and have a great day. Take care. Bye.